Hi, and thank you so much for the happy birthdays. I don't know if we're on yet, but if we're on, then
You can never really tell, but there's already so many people saying happy birthday in the chat.
yeah. And
How are you?
yes,
Perfect. And Kat, she well, you worked out the whole cam link and everything so that we have a real and a better camera this time around that we're actually using, and I hope the sound is great as well. So yeah, welcome to our live stream number 6 or something, I think. Yeah, that's the one.
And sorry, I had some I kind of lost track of time. Usually I don't do this, but because Sonny was not freaking out about the time, and I was just I was not aware of the time at all. And then it felt like everything was just going in slow motion, and apparently it didn't. So yeah. And
sorry about the delay, guys. That's what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, and thank you so much already. You just keep on sending happy birthdays, and thank you so much. And a long one from Procrastinosaurus Rex in Danish.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Aw, thank you so much. He's basically just saying a very heartfelt congratulations, and hopefully having a great birthday, and that 2020 brings us a lot of joy, and just stay healthy. Yeah, so thank you so much. It's so nice, and
yes.
and I'm a little warm in my face today because we actually went out in the sun.
Yeah,
it's been like the best day ever in 2020 so far, I'd say.
Weather-wise, it's just really, really great weather today. It's just the sun is out and bluebird sky and everything. So, thank you, Kat. That's I'm gonna say that that's
welcome,
all on you.
I guess. I was not expecting it to be good weather on my birthday because it's never like sun and almost 20 degrees, but today it was.
Yes, it was real nice, and we had some good brunch, and we had some just had a good day, I think, and some great dinner and everything. So yeah, and in this live stream, we're just basically just gonna be celebrating Kat's birthday with you guys. And then we have some drinks and everything. Skål. And if you have something out there that you are drinking, then cheers, skål.
Skål.
And then we talked a little about in the last live stream, like what else could we maybe talk about today. You mentioned something about food, maybe, so maybe we'll get into some of that. But otherwise, it's if you guys want to somehow dictate the conversation, or if you want to ask us a question and you want to make sure that we get to it and answer it, then please do so via Streamlabs. The link is down in the description. So yeah, follow the link and submit your question or your comment or whatever it is. And yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, and I can see that someone is asking whether I'm finally 22, and thank you so much. But I'm turning 28, and I've been 28 for 2 years now in my head. So yeah. I guess age finally caught up with me.
Apparently. Yeah. In my mind, I'm still... Well, I'm always like a year behind or something. So in my mind right now, I am 28, but in reality, I'm 29. So yeah. It's the big 3-0 is coming up, which is a bit daunting. But hey, it has to happen at some point anyway.
Thank you once again. You just keep on happy birthdaying me, so thank you.
Thought it was 21 again.
And congratulations on your happy birthday for your grandmother. And is it congratulations?
Who are you?
Michelle. Alicia?
Ah, okay, yeah. So yeah, if anybody else is celebrating a birthday today or something, then happy birthday to whoever.
Good.
Yes. And I can also see that some of you are saying that the sound and the picture, it's not really syncing up, but hopefully we'll manage to do something about that in the very near future. This is a new setup for us once again, with the real camera this time and everything. So yeah, hopefully we will make it work so that it is 100% in the future. So yeah, but what do you want to talk about today?
I don't know.
You just maybe like you mentioned food as a topic to talk about, but maybe we can just stay a little bit on the birthday topic first off and say that it's just I have a very clear memory of when we moved into this place, or when I actually moved in, and that was on your birthday as well. So
4 years ago.
4 years ago to the day, I moved in. Kat moved into this apartment just some weeks, a month before me, or something like that.
Some weeks. It was.
Some weeks. Yeah.
We got this apartment in late April, and I was basically officially moving in on the 1st of May because I lived in a very, very, very small room.
It was pretty much a closet, like a broom closet.
Yeah, we used to call it the broom closet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you've seen Harry Potter, like where his room at when we meet him at the Dursleys, that's almost
that size. Yeah, it's 15.5 square meters, and that was with the tiny tile you got outside in the
hallway.
In the hallway,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That was including that. And the apartment was so small that every time we had to close the door to the toilet, we had to take off the lid on the toilet to actually be able to close the door.
Yeah, otherwise the lid on the toilet and then the bathroom door would collide.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very small apartment. But then we moved to this one 4 years ago.
And I couldn't wait to get out of there.
No. I still had my apartment at that time, which was still small, but not nearly as small as yours. Mine was very expensive though, so I'm very glad I got out of there, even though they kind of like just took my deposit and everything. But I couldn't wait to get here either. So while Kat was at uni, I think, I got a hold of my father and told him to get his car and get a trailer, and then we moved all of my stuff in while Kat was at uni, so that when she came home, everything was here and I was moved in.
Almost. I had to wait, and I think I was down in the park for an hour or something, and then at some point I was just like, I don't care now, just let me the fuck home.
Yeah.
And then I got home, and Sonny was like almost moved in with everything.
Almost. I wanted to be totally done by the time you got there, but it took a little longer than anticipated, and that might be something that you will come to know about me, is that me and time management, I am just not good at it. I am always way too optimistic, and it sometimes trickles over into the whole channel thing and with the videos, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, sure, I can do like 7, 8, 9 reactions in a week. No, you can't, because it takes like many hours just to do one, and just my time management is it's not really good. But that was a good day though.
It was, and then when I came home, it was like a sushi fest, and it was just amazing, and got a lot of gifts. I got like a huge coffee machine. We still have it. Unfortunately, it's broken.
Yeah.
But it's like this. It's called a Mocha Master, so it's like one of the best coffee machines you can get. And I got that one, and that was amazing. And I just moved it. Basically, we just moved in that day.
Yes.
And that was the best gift I could ever ask for.
Exactly.
I can see that you're asking whether I knew that the neighbors were going to be noisy. And let me just tell you. This might come as a shock for you, but my neighbors at the broom closet were actually even worse, because they had like 3 kids, and the smallest one was like baby size and was screaming all the time. And when that kid was not screaming, the other 2 were, and they were running around, they were running to the hallway, they were slamming on they were screaming and yelling in the hallway and pounding the
the rails.
The rails that you keep for balance, whatever.
Yeah.
And they were so loud, and I was at uni at the time, so it was just like basically just hell for me. But we moved in, and everything was good, and
Yeah.
I know I don't think it's a woman thing that people that I don't think that having much of unnecessary stuff is a woman thing.
Not necessarily. It's more of like, you can say it more of a cliche maybe, and maybe sometimes it can be true that women will have more clothes and shoes and stuff, but then again, I know plenty of guys, me included, who can be like, I have a real
type.
Yes, I have a real issue like throwing stuff out that I have some sort of connection to, or if it's just expensive. Like we have a and I know you hate that thing. We have a rock in our apartment that I've been trying to get rid of or sell for a long while, because I know that it is actually worth a fair bit of money, but I just can't get rid of it, and it's just there, and I'm just too much of a I have too much of a connection to it to just give it away or throw it out at the moment anyway, but at some point it has to go. It's got to go. I know that, but I'm just having a bit of an issue sometimes just letting go of stuff that where like memories are connected to it or something. So maybe some of you guys know about that as well. So it can definitely be both guys and gals can, you know.
It's not a gender thing. I think it's a people thing, like an individual thing. And you asking about the drinks we are drinking. We're drinking cider with a little bit of frozen mango and some fresh raspberries.
Yes.
Because I goddamn love mango. I think it might be like a real ripe mango, almost to when it's borderline rotten. You know, that very sweet spot, like literally sweet spot. That's my favorite fruit, like, of all time. It's melting on your tongue. It's nice and sweet, and it still has a little bit of fresh fruitiness about it, and it's just it's good.
Yeah, it's a nice fresh drink for on a hot day and everything, so it's real nice. I see a couple of people, they were like, what kind of rock? No, a R-U-G, as in a rug.
Rug, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I might have mispronounced that. It's not that I have rocks, or as someone says, damn it, it's minerals! So yeah, if you've ever seen Breaking Bad, nice little reference there. Thanks.
And I can see some of you are worried about my back. I do morning yoga now, and I think it's while my back feels absolutely broken afterwards, through the day it actually feels very nice, and I can actually lie on my side when I sleep now. So I guess it's working a little bit.
Great success.
Yeah, and whenever I can start to climb again, like with the guys, I think that's gonna be very good, because then I can actually strengthen my back and my shoulders and my arms, you know, because it's really good for strengthening the whole body and everything. Then I think I'll be totally in the good again.
Yes, hopefully very soon. We're back to 100%. And now that we can actually start soon, maybe going out and being a bit active again. And now that the weather is getting nicer and warmer, we can actually start to maybe go for a walk once in a while, or maybe go for a run. That would probably be a healthy thing to do. And then once Kat can do the whole bouldering thing again, that's going to be good. And I really want to join that as well, because I actually think it's a lot of fun, you know. And if you don't know what bouldering is, it's like the inside, or the indoor climbing thing, you know, with the walls and the you climb on the walls.
It's free climbing though. So
exactly.
No, what do you call, like, harnesses and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just free climbing.
Yes.
And
But there are big mattresses, so if you fall, like, you're gonna land on something soft. So it's not. Hopefully, you're not gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, and it actually helped a lot with my back, because I had problems up until December, January, something, and then I actually started doing the bouldering at least once or twice weekly, and that helped tremendously, and I haven't had any problems since until 2 weeks ago now, because I've just been lying down basically for weeks on end. So yeah.
And yeah, restrictions, they are starting to relax a little bit here in Denmark.
A lot, actually.
Yeah. We've made a lot of headway with the virus and gained a lot of ground on that, and not as many people are getting sick anymore. So it's a good time to slowly but surely start to allow people to get back to work. I think like there's still no date for when like movie theaters, travel and stuff like that, when that's gonna open up. But soon they're opening up like restaurants and cafes and stuff. So people will go out again. Hey, Mark van B.
Hey, Mark, and
Hey,
thank
Mark.
you. It's so nice of you. It's such a nice comment or nice chat. What do we call it? A nice message.
Yeah, thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
And thank you still to everybody who's wishing Kat a happy birthday.
Yeah,
and
you
everything.
just keep chiming in, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. We watch everything, so. Ooh, that's gonna be. Can you pronounce that?
Feliz cumpleaños a Kat. Probably not. I didn't pronounce it very well, but I at least know it. It means happy birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people saying also restrictions are relaxing here too. Chuckles nervously in American. We don't live in America, obviously, so we don't know how it is over there. But just looking at some of the videos of some of the protesters who are protesting the virus or protesting the fact that the government is telling them to stay inside, or protesting that they should put their health in front of the economy. I don't know. It's just it is a little bit scary to look at sometimes. So I just hope everybody is safe over there, and the rest of the world as well, that you're staying safe and adhering to the rules and all of that, so we can get out of this safely together, hopefully.
Yeah, and yeah, England is apparently a little bit behind on the restrictions, or like the lifting of restrictions. But I hope it's gonna come to you as well. We've been very lucky, and I think we caught this very early on. And I think our government, and especially our prime minister, has done tremendous, fantastic work.
Yeah, she's been real good. Of course, there are always people who are gonna subtract and are gonna be like not think that the person in charge is doing a good job. But I think for the most part, and most people would agree, that she's done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a Streamlabs. First of the day is from Irfan Malik, our good friend, and he's actually writing in Danish. So do you want to take that? I see Kat's dad also asked us a question in the chat. I'm just quickly going to do Irfan's first here. And he says, in Danish, må alle dine ønsker gå i opfyldelse. Tillykke med fødselsdagen. And
thank you so much.
It translates to, I hope that all your dreams will come true and happy birthday. So
yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for everything you do for us, and the way that you're always with us on Twitch and helping moderating everything there. It's thank you so much for the work you do. Thank you so much.
We have the best moderators and just the most amazing community. You guys. We were just so happy that like all of you it really warms the heart when we get to meet people like you. If only just it's online and not in real life. That's sad, but just the fact that we get to meet you online and interact with you, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
And then Kat's dad asked a question.
Yeah, he's asking, what are your opinion on celebrating birthday at your age? Congratulations, by the way. I guess that's my father, because I don't think there's a lot of other people with that name.
No.
So thank you so much, Dad. And my opinion on celebrating birthdays. Well, I'm still a child at heart when it comes to that. I'm still I'm not even celebrating birthday. I'm celebrating birth week and birth month. So I love celebrating birthdays, and especially my own. And yeah, I'm just like a kid, so I love that. I love birthdays, and I love them more than Christmas, and I love them more than Christmas for a long, long time. And it's my day, you know. It's my special day, and I don't know. It's just I don't think I am very self-absorbed, but I don't think I don't think I'm that vocal about myself in that regard. I'm not directly narcissistic.
No.
So just having like that one special day that's all about me, it's just, I like that. It's just, and often I don't think I'm asking for a lot.
No, I was just about to say, you spent so much time thinking about other people, fictional or otherwise, just thinking about other people, caring for other people, and just putting yourself in their place. So the fact that you have one day where you can like just focus on yourself and other people are celebrating you, and if we can stretch that out to a whole month, that's definitely fine by me. I think you deserve it. So, and we have like many more like really great comments here in the chat. Thank you so much. Some people asking about fan art. Sure, if you want to do something like that would be fun. Just be nice, please, but be kind. But otherwise, like, please feel free to do something like that.
I also love watching other people do fan art. Like I like when they interpret characters, or if they interpret people, or like
any type of creative outlet like that is great.
Yeah. And so celebrating at home is not that bad for you. No, exactly. It's not really that bad. But I must. I feel like I have to be honest about this. But I had visitors. My family, some people of my family came by to say hi.
Yeah.
But I think we can agree that since the restrictions are not that strict any longer, that I shouldn't really feel that bad about it, because it's just, you know.
No, and it's not like we're just as soon as we see family, we're just hugging and shaking hands and kissing them on the cheek and everything.
We've been outside like all the time, basically.
Yeah. So still trying to stay safe and everything, but we celebrated with some people because we think that's all right. You can follow the link in the description, and you can use Streamlabs instead of Super Chat, because we have to be we have to be eligible for what's it called monetization
yes. By YouTube to use Super Chat.
We can do that. We actually haven't done it, and there are many reasons for that. Some of them because of some economic reasons, and some actually something that, like, if we do it where we are right now, where we are actually being supported a little bit by the government because of the whole corona crisis and just finishing education, not being able to find a job, like right now, then we're actually getting some money from the government. But because we're doing that, we can't do, like, the monetization thing doesn't jive with that. So we would actually be forfeiting the money from the government if we activate monetization on YouTube for some reason. So that is why we haven't done that, and why we're not using Super Chat at the moment and just using Streamlabs, because, different rules. And we can control it in a different way. So, that's the reason why. But we already, speaking of, got a couple of Streamlabs. So, Eric! Happy birthday, Cat. I wish you all the best today and always. My mom has been battling cancer, since September of last year. And you guys' content has helped me feel joy again. Oh, man. Thank you for all the hard work you guys do. You guys are changing lives. Dude, Eric, man.
Eric, we love you, and I think you know this. And you've been with us for so long now, and that's also why we call you by name.
Even though you are, like, you are also putting your name out there, but but
we know you by name, and I know I might have been a little bit extra careful, or not careful, but at least, you know, I have cared a little bit extra to be sure that you were doing okay, because I knew you were going through some very tough shit. And I just and I'm so happy to see your face. I know I say it a lot, and it's not necessarily your face, but I love seeing your name because I know you're there, and then I just imagine that it's your face. So yeah, I always get so happy when I see you.
Yeah, and anything, man, we can do to like alleviate any sort of pain that you're going through, and with your mom, and like just thoughts and everything. It's a real bummer, that whole cancer thing, and I hope you're doing all right and everything, and we're just happy to do, and like the fact that we're just doing something to help you there. And maybe help other people is that's all we want to do, and that's like the highest sort of praise that one can ever get, I think, is if you're helping someone else like that. So yeah, thank you for everything you do as well. Yeah,
there's been people asking about good stuff.
Okay, let me just take the Streamlabs here first before we try to this one is from Solo Asta. You made it, cat. You escaped the 27th club. LOL. I wish you much success and happiness. Here is my question. What is your best birthday memory so far? Oof. So, all of the birthdays on the table. What has been like the best memory, or at least just some of the best, maybe, if you have to mention multiple ones, if you can't choose.
I have very bad memory when it comes to that, so... but of course, thank you so much, Solo Asta. And I know I said it before, I also love seeing your face.
Yes, and your name pop up, because we know that you're always there as well, and we're so appreciative of you, and yeah.
And I know I kind of love that you're saying I escaped the 27 club, because since I was a young aspiring musician, whatever, I wanted to be part of the 27 club, but you kind of have to be very famous to get there, I think. And I at this point in my life right now, I'm actually very glad that I escaped the 27 club.
Yes, please.
But yeah, that was funny. Just a little side note, but the best birthday memory, that's a really tough one. I actually think it was a couple of years 5 years ago, right? I met Sonny 1 week before this, and I remember we went to we call it the Spring Festival. It's like one day at the university where we listen to very nice music, both upcoming and big Danish music.
Live music,
yeah. And it's just a big festival basically, but like a one-day festival, and it's only for the university employees and students. And this was a great night, and we continued on in the student bar, whatever, and then it was Friday the 8th, and then the time passed. Oh, what do you say? It's the clock turned 12, so it was actually my birthday. And then everybody was like, the people in the bar was basically just lifting me up and basically just shouting, chanting and singing and wishing me a happy birthday. And it was with all the other, there was a lot of other tutors there, so it was just such a nice experience. And when I got home, I just felt so sad and alone that I had to cry a little bit. It's like tradition, crying on my birthday for one reason or the other. And I would just, so I just went home there at night and went to sleep and woke up on the 9th. And then I continued on by going to this, it was like a university bar gathering for a lot of the people at the different university bars in the surrounding area. And we just had a very good time. It ended up with barbecue and everything, and then we continued that party on the very close by dorm, like a very famous dorm around that point. And that was just a very funny day, all in all. And at the end of it, and Sonny and I just met a week before that, and I remember I wrote you on the 8th, and you didn't have my number back then, so you were a little bit like, who's this? And when I told you who I was, I think you at 4 different times during the day you you wrote happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
And we just met each other, so it was just so nice to feel at least that you didn't want to just cut me off, or that you really wanted this to work out. So that was great. So that was one of the best birthdays I guess I ever had. And of course you moving in here was great. And was it last year a couple of years back when we went to a museum up north? I've also been to Milan actually at my birthday many years ago. That was also very hard to top if it wasn't for a very bad my companion on that trip. Thank you so much. You're all saying happy birthday. Thank you so much. Bryllupsdag.
I see someone mentioning that maybe we should at some point create or make a Discord channel.
Yeah, I actually set one up. I just haven't gotten.
We haven't finished it yet, but we'll get there very soon. So it's in the plans. It's in the schedule and everything. So it's coming because we just really love this community here with you guys, and we think that we have something special here, and we really want to preserve that.
Yeah. And sorry, I just want to say that thank you. You're watching from all over the world, actually, and thank you so much for chiming in. It's amazing.
Yes.
And someone from Australia, thank you so much for being up at shit o'clock to congratulate me. And just
so many more happy birthdays.
Yeah, well, my favorite birthday gift. I don't know what my favorite birthday gift ever was. I can't really remember what I've gotten because that's not what's important to me. It's not necessarily gifts. I'd say probably this apartment actually. Because we got to move in around my birthday, and it was kind of like a birthday gift from my parents. So thank you so much, Mom and Dad, if you're still watching. Thank you so much.
Yep. We got some more Streamlabs.
Yeah.
From Doug Weldon. Happy birthday.
I think this was the first one.
Oh, sorry. I skipped one. Okay, we're going to do this one first. From Sir Persalot, who's also someone that we see a lot, and we are also so very, very happy that you are
love seeing your face.
Yes. Hello, Kat. I would get you a present for your birthday, but I think the best present you could ever get is already sitting right beside you. Aww.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
Sweet.
I agree. I completely agree.
You guys.
I was actually going to say this, write this, because my wonderful father-in-law actually congratulated me, and I was just wanted to say thank you so much but you have given me the best gift that I could ever ask for, and that is Sonny.
Aww.
So I really get that.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Don't know what to say. All right. Back to this one. From Doug Weldon. Happy birthday from a very windy Massachusetts. Welcome to the 28th club. It's fine, I guess. Thanks for your kind reply on Patreon. I am currently making sour cream and wild garlic biscuits. Oh, that sounds real
great.
Good, man. I'll put a candle in one for you, Kat. Big hugs from Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I promise we're going to New England and would love to go to your grandma's house and say hi.
Oh yeah. That would be great, and just to get out and start travel again, because we were supposed to go on as most of you probably know, we were supposed to go on a big adventure and travel and everything, but we'll get the chance very soon, and then we hope to be able to maybe meet some of you guys out there.
Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Yes. All right, we have another one from Matt O. Happy birthday, Kat. Given the current restrictions, what's one of the first places you can't wait to go to enjoy? Like a store, a restaurant, or somewhere. So what's the first place you can't wait to go out and see and visit once the restrictions are over and everything? And then he's also writing. Matt is also writing. P.S. Sonny, I'm still shook after the Clone Wars finale. Me too, man. Me too. I'll say a few words about that, but I'm gonna let Kat pick out like where would you like to go? Like if everything opened up tomorrow, what would you do? First thing.
Everything opened up tomorrow, I would take. I would go somewhere. I would take the train. I would take. Wait a minute. It's restaurants or something. Okay, yeah.
No, it could be anything. Like anywhere you want to go.
I think I would just take the bus home to my parents.
Oh yes, of course. Going back to the farm.
Back to the farm, yeah.
Back to the farm. Yes.
And or perhaps I would go restaurant-wise. Yeah, that's a tough one because we don't eat out that often because I have the best cook in the world right at home. That's a hard one. But I definitely just head straight out the door and just grab the nearest flight or train or whatever to somewhere then.
Yeah, just get out there and travel and do something like that again. I can't, like me personally, I can't wait to like go to a concert again or I also miss going to the movies.
I would love to go to a festival this year, but no.
Yeah, no festivals this year, and that's something we usually do like every year, attending like 1 or 2 festivals, usually 2 different festivals, and we just love that whole environment. So not being able to do that's a kind of a bummer. But if we had the chance to go to a festival tomorrow, we would definitely do it. So that might be a good answer. And then you mentioned something about being shook after the Clone Wars finale, and yes, me too. I'm still also very sad that I couldn't get the Clone Wars reaction out on YouTube and that they decided to block me for whatever reason, even though everybody else is able to put up Clone Wars reactions to the finale. But at least we had Vimeo, so you can see the reaction on there. And it was still...
It was a tough one. You cried for editing when you edited both of the last 2.
It was some good shit, man.
Yeah,
it was really, really good. And
it was amazing.
It hit me right there. And it was just Star Wars, some of the best Star Wars I've seen in a while. And it just reminded me of when I grew up watching the prequels and everything. I know that they're not the best movies, but it's just a nostalgia factor and everything connected to it. It just, it really struck a chord with me.
Yeah. And yes, Sonny cook, and he's very good at it. And what Sonny's best dish is, I think he's actually very good at making burgers. Or maybe some of his fried
rice.
Fried rice is good as well, and
pad thai maybe.
Pad thai is definitely also very good. The very good thing about Sonny and Sonny being a great cook is that I am pescatarian, mainly vegetarian, and that means that I don't eat meat, but Sonny has been very good at just completely transforming his food and
when you can pack it full of flavor, it doesn't really matter if it's vegetables, if it's meat, if it's pasta, rice. So, just if you can chuck it full of flavor and if you make it the right way, then it doesn't really matter what it is. Of course, I eat. I do eat meat, and I eat it once in a while. It's not like I'm craving it, but if I can get a good steak and a good glass of red wine once every month, 2nd month, 3rd month, something like that, then I'm fine. I'm good. And I like trying to experiment with food as well. And I like the challenge of trying to maybe recreate a dish that would usually have a meat element to it and then see if you can recreate it in a way where it's a whole different dish but still kind of the same, but with vegetables and stuff.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's I'm finding a lot of joy in that, in making food.
And I just saw somebody asking about our Jawa unicorn, what that is all about, our profile picture. And it's because we got this amazing person. He has a funny surname.
But his name is Daniel, and you can actually see if you click on the picture, I think, and if you look on the banner and everything on both on YouTube and Patreon and so forth, you can see like his his name up there and where you can find him and everything. But yeah, he did the Jawa unicorn for us.
Yeah, he wrote us and said, "Can I help you with something?" And then we just said, "You are very good and talented, and thank you so much. We'd love something." And it was, "What do you have in mind?" And I said, "I would love something with something with unicorns, because I think unicorns are very much like they just represent me." Yes. I even took a Patronus test on Pottermore, and that was a unicorn.
Of course,
it was a unicorn, and it's just like I am just a unicorn person apparently, and that's just how it is. And many people, I think, know me as the unicorn basically. And then Sonny would like something with Star Wars, because he thinks that Star Wars is representing him a lot.
Well, yes.
Yeah, and I thought that was great, so we just said something with some unicorns and some Star Wars. Can you do that?
Yeah, and add in the color purple, because that's our favorite color.
Exactly. So we just went with, okay, perfect. Then he made like with this purple background, and then he made like a Jawa unicorn. Like a Jawa dressing up like a unicorn. And we just thought that was amazing and very cute and very, very creative. And we said, thank you so much for taking that.
Yes. And there's also some some thought behind, like, why is it a Jawa, for example? And I like Daniel, he explained like what his decision behind it. And I think that was a fun idea. The fact that... not that we're exactly like Jawas, because Jawas can definitely be some thieving assholes, as people might have seen in Mandalorian and stuff. But their ability to take something and reuse it and redistribute it into something that will hopefully be useful, and in this case, hopefully will bring a lot of joy, and that's where the unicorn thing comes in. So. Unicorn Jawas, they are just the best kinds of Jawas out there. And it kind of fit with us, like in the whole reaction thing, like taking something that is not necessarily ours, because let's be totally honest, it isn't what we're watching. We don't have the
rights.
We don't have the rights. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. But we use it to make some sort of other content that people like, and then we add our own spice and our own spin to it and everything. So it kind of made sense. So there's the whole explanation behind the Jawa unicorn thing and why we're using that. And something else that hopefully we can show off at some point, like one of my old friends, he actually wrote a jingle for us.
Yeah.
And I would love to just put that out there. It's just I have nothing visual to go with it. So we're working on that, and maybe we've gotten in contact with someone who can make some sort of motion graphics for us, so that we will have like a real intro with the jingle and everything. And it's quite cute and quite catchy.
It's so cute. I love it.
So yeah, you will hopefully hear it soon. We've had it for a while, and he's probably wondering like why we haven't used it yet. But yeah, it's I just want there to be something uniquely visual to follow along with the music. So there it is.
This is cider with frozen mango and fresh raspberries.
Oh, someone's asking about the drinks again. And
somebody is apparently putting money on beer. It's not beer.
No, but we do have beers in the fridge.
Yeah.
So is that what you're gonna get? Or? No, okay.
No,
you're just getting something.
Somebody is asking for a little cameo, so here he is.
Oh yes, the unicorn. If you've seen our gaming streams, you will probably be familiar with this guy. He's yeah. Cat is poking me with that thing when I'm playing, and I'll sometimes poke Cat with it when she's playing, just to mess with each other a little bit. So it's just a fun little thing we do on our Twitch channel. If you haven't seen that, and if you don't know about it, we are
twitching. Yeah.
Twitching, yes. Cat is playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I am playing God of War, the newest one. And yeah, we're having a lot of fun with that as well, and we hope that that you guys are too. Yes.
Somebody's saying if I really like unicorns, I should like Yen, but if you haven't read the books, I'm just gonna say I like Siri.
Oh, and we're
Pause.
talking The Witcher here.
The Witcher, yeah.
Yennefer. Yes.
I don't like Yennefer. I like Siri, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay, so not going into too much detail
Nope,
there.
because I am going to spoil a whole lot of stuff.
Okay, then don't do that.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna say that, and you would know what I am talking about if you read the books, and if you haven't, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about.
Fair enough. I see someone mentioning like we want to see you in costume. Oh, it's Kazu. Yeah, wants to see us in costumes. Yeah, that would be fun. Like we would love to do some cosplay stuff at some point. Like
I think the easiest one would almost be Matt Murdock and Karen Page.
Yeah.
Because you don't really have to do much. You have to shave your beard down and get some red glasses and a cane.
Yes,
but then
and then wear a suit. Then
and
I'm Matt Murdock, and you just need to be yourself.
And have a little bit more, classic.
Yeah,
classical,
maybe do the white shirt in a black skirt kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that could be fun. I'm bummed I have to wait for the season 2 reactions. Reactions to The Witcher, or
perhaps, yeah.
Perhaps. Well, yeah. We all have to wait for season. I have no idea when that's coming out, actually.
And are we celebrating? Sorry, my bonus.
No, I was just I was just thinking, is it 2021 or something? Like
I think so.
It's 2022, or is it? I can't remember. Either way, sorry. You were saying.
Are we celebrating Mom's Day? If so, how? We're not really celebrating Mom's Day. It's not really that big of a thing. Of course, we do sometimes just say Happy Mother's Day and maybe a little gift or something.
It is tradition to celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day. It's just people do it like varying degrees. Some people, like my bonus sisters, as you can call them. Like we're not blood related, but we grew up together, and yeah, they usually take their mom out for like a big brunch and like spend the whole day with her, and maybe also like their grandmom as well, and everything. So they make a big thing out of it. And sometimes I will do something with my mother, like for example tomorrow, my mother and I are going up to say Happy Mother's Day to my mother's mother, so my grandmom. Because she lives kind of like semi far away, and she's in a retirement home, and she can't really go anywhere. Yeah, but we do celebrate it here, and it is tomorrow for us on a Sunday. And
hi Brazil, thank you so much for watching. Muito obrigado. I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but thank you so much for watching. And I just saw people asking whether we are going to react to Vikings or Rick and Morty, but we have seen both, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels maybe a little late to jump in like in the middle of 2 seasons if we're ever going to do it. And we do also have... like there are a lot of series and a lot of stuff that we want to react to, and some of it we have already promised that we're going to do. Like for example, when we are done with The Expanse, we are finally gonna do another limited series, but one that hopefully many of you have seen, and I know many people love, and that is Band of Brothers. It's an older one, but we have been promising that pretty much from the start, so we're gonna do that. And then of course when Dark season 3 drops, we're gonna be watching that for sure. And when The Expanse comes back, and The Boys, so like series that we've already started and that we're already watching, whenever there's a new season dropping for that or for them, then we're gonna do that. And then we are doing Avatar at the moment, The Last Airbender, and I can imagine that if things continue to go the way that they are, where we're just really falling in love with this world of Avatar and everything, then we're probably going to do Legend of Korra when we're done with The Last Airbender. And then we're also doing Naruto on the side, which is kind of like a a project that we can keep on doing for a long while, because there are so many episodes. So that's probably gonna, like, we're gonna keep doing that for a long while. And then we also have sort of promised people to do The Haunting of Hill House at some point. And there are so many series that we want to do. Yeah, it would be great to do some Vikings reactions, or Rick and Morty, especially because we know, like, they're very popular, and Rick and Morty very funny.
But we can't watch everything. I'm very sorry, we can't. We don't have that much time, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I have probably, maybe, or no, not maybe, 100%. I've been spending too much time editing recently, like spending somewhere between 70 to 80 hours a week editing and working on this channel is probably not the most healthy thing to do. So yeah, but we're always trying to manage it, and with the time and how long everything takes and what we're watching and everything. So yeah, but hopefully we will get to all the stuff that most of you guys want to watch or see us react to out there.
Hvad går det der ud på?
Oh, I actually don't think I've told you about this.
I don't think you told me about that.
Sorry, we've just been so focused on Kat's birthday today, and I read the news before I went to bed. But someone is mentioning that. Where did it go?
There has been
a certain someone has been casted. Yeah, sorry. In The Mandalorian season 2, and that is the actor Tamora Morrison, who played Jango Fett.
Excuse me, what?
Yes, and he has been cast as Boba Fett. So, that's crazy.
We're gonna see Boba.
Yes, that is. Those are those are the headlines right now. I'm not quite sure if they're saying that he's, if he, like, 100% has been cast as Boba Fett, or if he's just been cast as an unknown role in The Mandalorian. But it would, of course, make a lot of sense if he's playing Boba Fett, because, you know, the whole clone thing and everything. And I don't think he can be, like, all of the clones, because of their accelerated growth, they are probably dead by this point in the story, or they would be way too old. It would be cool to see someone like Rex, maybe. But I'm counting on Boba to show up in The Mandalorian season 2, which is, that is just crazy, because they wanted to do the whole series on him at first. That's what Jon Favreau pitched, but he was told that no, you can't do that because he's not around anymore. But they found a workaround, and now they're doing it. And I just have complete faith in Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni that they're going to be able to handle that character. And man, yeah, so it's finally happening.
And somebody is asking whether we've seen Firefly and if we have seen Daredevil, and we have seen both. We absolutely love both as well.
Yeah.
Really love it. So we can't really do that, unfortunately.
And those are probably two of the shows that I am the most saddened about, like, being cancelled. Firefly, as many of you know, they got 1 season, 14 episodes, and then that was it. But then they also there's also a movie that kind of rounded it off. And I know there are comics and everything, but that we didn't get nearly as much Firefly as I think we should have.
We do sometimes do voting about shows, but it's mainly the animes, like the short animes. And right now the last poll was about some of the animes we were planning to watch, and Avatar: The Last Airbender won that poll.
Yes.
And of course I know it's not like a traditional anime, like a Japanese anime, but it was still an animated feature, and we are currently watching that. And whenever we're done with that in a couple of months, we will have a new one up with the same, or with the rest of some
of the same shows. And then so yeah, maybe, like, I already kind of mentioned that we're probably gonna be watching Legend of Korra when we're done with the Last Airbender, but the way we're gonna do it, maybe that's gonna be up to you. Like, are we gonna continue in the universe of the Avatar, or are we gonna start watching something like Attack on Titan or something else? So yeah, we'll let you know when the time comes. But right now we're still very much like neck deep in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and
Yeah.
really enjoying that.
And I saw someone asking, and I think it was you, Guadalupe, that you asked whether I've had short hair, and I actually had very short hair for a very long time. I think from when I was 15, until the age of around 21, I think it was. It started to get down to here. And since then, I just varied my length. And then someone else said you're going to cut your hair in the same length and style as me. And I think that's very nice of you. It's very...
Oh, that's sweet.
who would ever do such a thing? That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. I think it was you, Sarah Meile. So,
that's sweet.
Yeah, thank you. That's so sweet. I never experienced something like that before.
That's really sweet. And someone else mentioned that even though I didn't really get into it, but yeah, the reason why Daredevil got cancelled, of course, was because of the whole Disney buying Marvel, and then of course they want to. Well, that happened a while ago. Oh yeah, it's because of the whole streaming service thing, and of course Disney they would want to have like their Marvel stuff and shows and everything on their streaming service and not Netflix. But I'm just sad that we're never gonna see Charlie Cox as
I really
Daredevil
think
again.
he was
Like
perfect.
there was a rumor up there at some point, and I think even someone like Kevin Smith, he was the one who was spreading it or something, that maybe we were gonna see Matt Murdock, the character in Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man, and maybe it was gonna be Charlie Cox again. That would be amazing. But now Charlie Cox has recently said that I don't know anything about that. He could just be lying, just because he's under he has signed some sort of contract or something. But yeah, we're still crossing everything we can possibly cross.
I don't think I've ever explained or given any, expressed just how much I love Charlie Cox, and especially as Matt Murdock. So would love to see him again as Matt Murdock.
Yes.
Really, really hope he's gonna be there and they're gonna keep him. But I just wanted to say hi, Patrick. Patrick, sorry, that was a very Danish pronunciation. Sorry. Hi, Patrick. I hope you're doing great. I hope all of your friends are doing great and that you're staying safe and healthy. And it's good to see you. We love your face as well.
Yes, and yeah, just love. I'm just whenever I look at the chat, I'm just makes me so happy. You guys are so nice and everything.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned just piggybacking back to the whole Boba Fett thing, and yeah, something about his armor was found scarred on Tatooine, and yeah, you can it pops up in the novel's Aftermath. There are 3 novels in that Aftermath trilogy that kind of explains what happens in the Star Wars galaxy, right after Return of the Jedi, and it's a good read. Can very much, if you want to read Star Wars books, they're really good. But you get some clues there that Boba Fett might have survived, so it's cool. They're following up on that.
Hej Sofia, tak fordi du ser med.
Oh, that's sweet.
Jeg håber, du har det godt. Pas på dig selv.
Got a little bit of Danish there.
And someone was saying that it's so sad about Deborah Ann Wool, that she's not getting any work after this. And I feel that. I relate to her for some odd reason.
Yeah. Wonder why. Yeah, it's sad, and it's I think, but especially with Daredevil and Punisher, it's sad that we aren't going to see some of those characters reprise those roles, some of those actors reprise the roles, because I think they did a magnificent job. John Bernthal as the Punisher, he is the Punisher. That was really, really well done as well, and of course Charlie Cox, he is Matt Murdock. And then we had stuff like the Luke Cage one and Iron Fist and the Defenders, which was fine in my opinion, but it wasn't really nearly the same height as Daredevil, and Punisher, and the first season of Jessica Jones, I think. But that was mostly because of the villain, David Tennant, as Purple Man. He was amazing. Yep. Oh, and we also have another Streamlabs. So I'm just gonna read that one out real quick from Lilin. I know you guys have a lot on your plate, but have you considered much shorter gems like Undone and Castlevania to fit in between the long ones? We're looking at a lot of stuff. I actually don't know too much about Undone. I know a little bit about Castlevania and kind of like what it. I know it's based on the games, I think, and everything. But is it like even shorter than 20 minutes per episode, or is it like just because it's very few episodes or very short seasons or something? Please tell us more, because it's always open for like something that we can do quick and get out to you guys that requires like minimum amount of editing or something like that. That would be cool.
That would be very cool, yeah.
Yes. And we got another one from Brian F. Happy birthday. Love your channel. Thank you so much. So much, Brian. That's real generous of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
We just really appreciate all you guys so much.
Yeah, you have no idea. And I just backtrack a little bit and saw that someone asked about my research. Yes, I finished my master thesis in January. And yes, so I've been done with my research for a long while now. It feels like 4 months. It's like a long while. But yeah, it's great to be over it. Of course I do miss hanging out with the people there and doing research. I miss it a lot. I love the practicality of research when you have to do the lab work. The lab work is actually the funniest thing, I think, and it's so exciting doing analysis and all this, and it's just I really miss that.
The more practical side of things.
Yes,
and, like,
I should have been a laboratory technician instead of being like an academic, but I guess it works anyway.
Yeah.
And I thought, we're still in lockdown in Denmark. I know you're not in Sweden, but we are still in lockdown, but we're slowly opening up to this. There's some good people are saying Castlevania is good, so maybe.
Yeah. We'll have a look at it, and also someone's asking if we're gonna watch Dark as soon as it comes out or later on.
Yep.
As soon as it comes out. I don't know. Since it's Netflix, they're probably gonna like just drop the whole season at once, which is of course nice for people who are binging, but it sucks for us because. Yeah, it's way more. It's easier to manage, and it's more fun to keep the conversation going from week to week when it's the releasing an episode weekly, and it's easier with reactions and everything. But we're gonna watch Dark as soon as it drops.
Yeah,
I can promise you that.
And what did I say? Where I saw people talking about La Casa de Papel. We have been asked a lot about that one, and I also would like to watch it at some point. We're not really, but we have so many good shows that we are being asked to watch, and it's like we have only a certain amount of time that we can. Yeah,
but there's so many things. Like there are so many series that I want to get into just on my own time that I don't even have time to. Like, for example, I really, really, really want to watch Barry. That's one of the ones that I really want to watch, and I've heard so many good things. As well. Mr. Robot, that's one of the series that maybe we're going to pick up at some point.
Killing Eve is also something we've been...
Exactly. The Leftovers, that would be great as well.
I would love that Taika Waititi...
What We Do in the Shadows?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't, so I really want to see that. And
so much fun.
And I love Taika Waititi. He's one of my favorite people in Hollywood right now.
Yes, and even more news, like Star Wars news there. Yeah. He's directing a Star Wars movie. How cool is that?
He's really great.
I just hope it's not going to be one of those cases where it's like, hey, this guy or these people are doing a Star Wars movie down the line. We don't know what it is. And then it's announced, but you never really hear anything more about it because they've just done that so many times and fired directors and hired others. And like you get a trilogy and you get a movie and you get a trilogy, and then not really. So like the Benioff and Weiss stuff, that's done. Like we're never getting a trilogy from those guys, and I'm actually kind of glad we're not, because I think they kind of dropped the ball on Game of Thrones. And then the Rian Johnson trilogy, are we ever getting that? I'm not quite sure like how good of an idea that would be, with all the backlash from The Last Jedi. And then like a bunch of other people they were talking about, and then they're doing this High Republic thing, and then they were doing an Obi-Wan movie at some point, and a Boba Fett movie, and then the Solo movie didn't do well, so now they're maybe only gonna do series, and I'm just like, just get your shit together and come up with a plan. But maybe that's what they're doing right now, and that's why we're not hearing a lot.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh, you don't?
Siri, what the fuck? When did I say Siri? Okay. Stupid thing.
And, Guadalupe, you're saying that we guys got you into Expanse and Dark. I hope you like it.
Ah, that's cool.
You can tell us in the chat if you liked it or not. And I guess you do, since you started watching it.
Sticking with it, hopefully, and sticking with us as well.
And I'm happy that you're that you're digging this whole thing, Solo Asta, that we're just name dropping a lot of shows that we want to watch, and TV shows that we like to watch or have watched and love and everything. And it's just I guess you hit the head on the nail on the head then. The head on the nail. I can't even.
Yes. Like, they know what you mean. And like another show that the 4th season was supposed to come out like very soon, but it has been postponed like so many other things. That is Fargo, because that's like one of our absolute favorite series, especially seasons 1 and 2, and I think season 2 in particular is just,
for me, yeah.
Holy shit, that is wow. That guy who's show running that, what's his name? Noah Hawley, I think. He's also the one who's doing Legion. That's also a very, very, very interesting superhero show, or like a comic book show if you've ever seen it. It's like based on the some of the stuff from the X-Men universe, but it's just trippy as all hell and really well acted, and some great actors in that one.
It's a lot about like mental health as well. And
yes.
I think that's a very nice discussion that we're going to take, or like we have to at least start
talking about.
Exactly, being vocal about, because mental health is so incredibly important for us. And I just, of course, you most of you guys know that I've been studying neuropharmacology for that specific reason, that mental health is something that is very something that I care a lot about. It's on my mind, and it's the reason why I actually got into this whole field of research, because it means a lot to me, and I think it means a lot to other people, a lot of people, and I think it's about time that we have these discussions about mental health. And the best way, I think, to start talking about this is through pop culture.
Yeah, something that many people are watching and talking about anyway, maybe, and that's why, something like talking about mental health, or just talking about and bringing to the foreground stuff that people should be mindful of, or it's a healthy thing to know about. And if it's if it's mental health, or if it's any sort of minority issues or anything, like that is why it is so important to get representation in like all sorts of representation from all walks of life in like movies and television series, because then the more people will see it, open their eyes to it, and start to understand it. And the more we understand each other, then the better we can hopefully like work together to like
and help the people that feels like they're struggling or suffering a lot because they feel I can't even say that word, alienated by society, because society wants perfect people,
or
like
just wants
humans,
you to act in a certain way or something.
They basically just want machines in human form, and
wouldn't it be easy? Of course it would be easier if everybody just acted the same way and did the same stuff, and you can just count on people just doing that, and there are no surprises and no outliers. But that's not how it works. Like, we're all individuals, so we need to make room for that. And I see some people just mentioning and talking about Legion as well, and how that show hasn't really gotten the respect that it deserves. And I think you're very much right, and the recognition and everything. Yeah. And I haven't seen the 3rd season yet, so no spoilers on that. That's one of the ones that I want to catch up on. But I've seen the first 2.
Yeah, and I just wanted to backtrack again. Was Guadalupe? You're just saying that you're horrible with saying like 2 things. Like I just said the nail on the head and the head on the nail, and that you're switching things up like that. That you guys who are bilingual, you might know this struggle that sometimes you fuck up some words because of your second language or your first language, depending on like how the translations are sometimes messing a bit with your mind or your words.
Excuse me. Yeah. And yes, Aubrey Plaza in Legion is really great. April from Parks and Rec.
But Cassiopeia, you're saying that you would like to have a real representation about mental health and not the glamorized version. Is it glamorized in Legion?
It's been a little while since I've seen the first 2 seasons, I have to admit, and it's not like they are shifting focus more and more to the comic booky side of things and more to the surreal stuff. And I don't know too much about mental health that I can say if it's glamorized or not. But just the fact that people are talking about it in a big, like a small degree, or if they're really going, like taking the deep dive, you also, if for like people to be open to stuff that they may not know about beforehand, or if they have some sort of opinion on it that is then you maybe need to like ease some of that stuff in, and that's why it's not like really a deep dive or something, and it can be simplified or something like that. I don't know, but it's just the fact that you see something like that, and you see more and more series and movies and all sorts of content out there that are made by all sorts of people and for all sorts of people. So there's like a niche for everyone almost, and that's one of the really good things that has come out of this whole streaming culture, is like all these streaming platforms. Yes, they're competing, but competition is healthy, and it makes for a lot of experimentation. So yeah.
And I just love, and I think you guys know I love talking about language. It's one of my food and language, and a lot of other stuff, of course, is like my favorite things to talk about. But I really love language because I think it's such a fun thing how language is so dynamic, and how we form the language and the language does not form us. And I love language. It's such a funny thing, and how with accents and dialects and everything, it's just I just thought maybe we could do this a little bit like we could ask you, how many of you speak more than 2 languages? How many of you are bilingual or polyglots? Please tell us in the chat, because it was I'm just very curious to know how many of you
fun to look through and read about and everything. Like
you can also write if you are bilingual or speak more languages than 2, which languages you speak. Perhaps what's your first, second, third language, something like that. It'll be fun. I'm just gonna grab some beers and then I will be back.
Yeah, sure thing. And then while Kat is grabbing some beers, I can just make sure to remind everybody who's joining the live stream and maybe hasn't been here from the start, that if you want to dictate this conversation anyhow, and you want us to talk about something in particular, or you want to ask us a question and you want to make sure that we get to it and answer it, then you can do so via Streamlabs. The link is down in the description. So just follow that. And I'm just gonna refresh while that I'm talking about it, just to see. Yep. It's all good. I think she's getting some beers. So let's see and what kind of beers it's gonna be. Maybe you can guess. Take a guess, like what sort of beer it's gonna be. What brand?
They don't know.
Oh, I see people saying they speak one Danish word. Or Jerry, he speaks one Danish word. Hygge, yes. All right, that's yes. Okay.
Great. So
Didn't
how
get
many? We got some definitely a lot of bilinguals. 3.5 languages. Holy crap.
Wow.
Some polyglots and Castle, you speak Japanese, or is it just like a? Or is that?
Wow,
Is that
Japanese,
just,
Spanish, Tagalog, and English.
Italian, English, French. Oh.
Wow.
But I'm proud of my French. Yeah, okay. English and Urdu. Mandarin. Holy God, you actually speaking Mandarin? That's crazy.
Look at the
Uh,
Procrastinosaurus Rex there. 5 languages.
Holy.
Wow.
Mother tongue is French. Fluent
That's
in
so
German and
cool.
English. Conversational in Spanish and Dutch. Ooh. Oh my God, you're like a mix, like a big ball of
Culture.
linguistic culture. Yeah.
Just a second. Lighting is annoying me a little bit.
English, Spanish. 2 languages, yeah, and 2 more where you can ask for basic things. Yeah, I know that one as well. I had to take 3 years of another language in school. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Is drunk a language of its own? Yeah, I think it is. But it's like that special kind of mystical secret language that you will only unlock once you have a percentage of a certain kind before you can actually unlock that speech.
What, drunk speech?
Drunk speech, yeah.
Yes, that's only possible when you are inebriated.
Exactly. And yeah, I thought I could speak with when I was younger. I thought that I could speak like English but with a Scottish accent, and I can tell you that was not pretty, and it was definitely not Scottish.
No, it's sometimes you may think that you can say something in the language or in that accent, and then it comes out of your mouth, and it's like, oh, I should never have done that.
Yeah. And by the way, we are drinking Kronenbourg.
Yes, so this is the beer that Kat went out and got. So just a free advertisement for Kronenbourg, I think. Apparently, it's a Kronenbourg Blanc. So I know it's from France, and it is a very, very nice fresh beer with like a hint of citrus. So yeah, like a Pilsner sort of thing. Yeah, we like it. It's very fresh, and it's nice when it has been like sort of a warm day out and everything.
And thank you so much to everyone who's still just wishing me happy birthday. Thank you so much. And just thought it was funny that somebody asked me to speak Scottish, but I haven't really been around Scottish people for a very long time, so I can't really just sink into that as well, just like this.
Yeah. Be fun to do something like that, or yeah.
English Russian.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Who's that?
Patrick Sheridan.
Hey, Patrick! Wow.
Wow, that's cool.
Enough Italian to get in real trouble. That's funny.
And once again, German and English with a little bit of Russian and Japanese.
That's
wow.
so cool.
That's really cool.
I've always wanted to be able to speak more languages as well, and that kind of reflected on the amount of courses I took throughout my school years and everything. That like reflected my wanting to speak more languages. So of course, we had to do English because that's we have to, and then German, and then I chose French, and then also Spanish. So I was trying to like juggle all those things at once almost, and that was not a good idea. I wish I had just stuck with either German, French, or Spanish, like one of those three, and not all three at once. English I can manage, no problem, but the other three I probably shouldn't have done at once.
And thank you, Lillian, so much for joining, and hope your strudel is good.
Strudel.
Ein Strudel.
Mm.
Yes.
Avec de
Ja.
crème.
Ja, genau. Ein Strudel. Something I was. Is it hard for us to do reactions in English? And no, it's not really. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes my English is failing me a lot. I know you're basically speaking almost fluently and don't have that big of a problem with like pronunciation and stuff. But
sometimes the words will kind of just disappear for me.
Yeah, as well. I think, but that happens in our native tongue as well. So it's just like
I'm even worse at that in Danish almost. Sometimes it's I can't find the Danish word, and I only know the English word for some reason. But there's also more words in English than Danish is a very poor language. I think sometimes it can be.
It depends. I really think that Danish is a rich language, but I think it depends on what your
definition.
No, how you indgangsvinkel.
How you look at it.
Yeah, how you look at it. I think that depends on that, because I used a lot of my teenager years. I used that a lot on actually writing a lot of lyrics and like the poetry. That's what it's called. I did it in Danish, and I really tried to immerse myself into the Danish language, and that's just I think in your native language you have a little bit better understanding of your language, if it's like depending on if you're truly native or not. I think I know you have a little bit of you're probably more English speaking than you're Danish, but
yeah.
Well, the way I usually define people by their what language they are usually speaking is by which language do you speak in, which language is your dream language, what's your inner language.
Yeah.
And if you have said before that your inner language is mainly English.
A lot of the time, yes.
Yeah, and mine is basically Danish. So I'd say that yeah, it's just yeah. So I think it depends on how you look at it, and if you really emerge and actually research like the language, I think you will find that it's much richer than
I'm sure. It's just on the surface for me a lot of the time. I'm having difficulties finding the words in Danish, whereas in English there's just way more words for me to use, I think. And some people saying I sound like a cowboy sometimes.
It's your twang.
It's my American twang. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. And I've had people from the States come up to me and say that I sort of sound like someone who's from the UK or somewhere else outside of the States, and then I'll have people from pretty much everywhere else but the States come up to me and tell me that I sound like someone from the States. So it's just very much a mix, I think.
Yeah, I just thought somebody said, anyone speak Witcher? Doesn't he have his own? You mean like the
Yes.
And we actually have something similar to that in Danish. We have the word nå, and we can use nå to basically, like, two Danes can basically
have a whole conversation just using that one word.
It
Depends on how, like,
intonation and
exactly
how you use the non-verbal languages as well. Like, you can look at them and
facial
you can say like
and
no,
yeah,
and then you can go like No.
Yeah, it can be like it can be like a realization, like no, or it can be like a okay, let's get going, like no, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
No. So like, there's so many uses just in that one word. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I just also saw another thing. I once had a dream in Swedish. I don't speak Swedish. I think that's funny. That's a crazy ass dream.
That's whoa. That's what did you drink or eat before you went to sleep? I'm kidding.
I don't think Geralt grunts that much in the books. I just think he's more quiet.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Also, it probably wouldn't come across the same way if you just write out the grunts.
Yeah, exactly.
In the books like that. That's better in a visual medium.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
In the series or in the games.
Yeah.
Where it makes a lot of sense as well. But
thank you so much for everyone who's saying, or to anyone who's saying happy birthday.
Yes,
thank you.
And cheers. Skål.
Skål.
Danish. Ah, yes. That's a good beer. I did the old man thing when I'm done drinking something, and then I just didn't do the lean back thing where I'm like,
I was just cute how you have similar speech pattern, like yeah. When I do that, I often do that. I'm so excited when somebody says something, and then I just like it's an affirmation or like confirmation.
Yeah. I do the same thing, definitely.
Hi Swill, thank you, and thank you for everything you do. You are amazing, and we cannot thank you enough for all the crazy amazing work that you're doing on the channel.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Swill. And for those of you who don't know, Swill is our moderator and doing a lot of work on our avatar videos in particular, and making sure that no one is spoiling us and everything, and just doing such a good job. And so sorry that you had to deal with everything going on with The Last of Us 2 reaction. That was we maybe shouldn't have done that because of the leaks, and people want to ruin the game. And of course, you guys are amazing and great, and you would never do that to us here in the chat, but it's just you never know with random people on a YouTube video just for some reason wanting to ruin something for other people. It's just like, why? What do you get out of it, man? Like, even though you didn't like the story leaks that you read, so fucking what? Don't ruin it for everybody else. Just let them find out on their own. And even if what is on the written page, like if it doesn't really sound that appealing or good, it might be something very different once the game is finished and you see it like acted out and with visuals and music and everything. Or it might be just as bad. I don't know. We just wanna find out on our own and not by reading a comment. So yeah, once again, sorry Swill for putting you on the spot there and having to do a lot of deleting of comments and everything.
It was just
yeah.
No, exactly. We couldn't really have anticipated that so many people were trying to spoil us like that. And
no.
And yes, we are done with season 4 of Expanse. We finished it a couple of days ago now.
Oh, fuck.
And that was really tough. And you're asking which one is our favorite season by now? I think season 3 so far. Yeah, definitely. And especially the last, like book 3. What happens in book 3 is definitely my favorite.
Yes. For some reason, like book 3s are always. It's the same with Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, A Song of Ice and Fire, and now also The Expanse. Just book 3 that's where the magic happens, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're still going to play The Last of Us 2. And somebody actually asked us how we're gonna do that, but I think we're gonna split it. We still don't know exactly how. Maybe it's going to be like a 20 minutes thing.
Yeah, like but we will try to set it up where you can see both of us in the frame while one of us is playing, so you get both of our reactions and to everything that's going on and happening, and then we'll switch and we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Definitely. Someone said something else that... just to expanse, clarify on the expanse. I am working on the expanse season 4 episode 6 for YouTube, and I will resume the work on that one after this live stream, and then hopefully it will be up as soon as possible. It got a little bit delayed because of all sorts of stuff we had to do, and then we just wanted to focus on celebrating Kat's birthday and everything. That was a little bit more important there.
Yeah.
But it will be out as soon as possible, and then on Patreon I just put out episode 9, and episode 10 will be out soon as well, because those 2 episodes are kind of, you need to watch those together, and we don't want you guys to wait a whole week until you see the last our reaction to the last episode. So yeah, we're done with the expanse in real life, almost done with the expanse on Patreon, and we'll soon be done with the expanse on YouTube. We're still doing an episode a week, except for the last 2 episodes. We're gonna be dropping those simultaneously on YouTube. That's the plan, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you ask who is our favorite character, and I think you said to me that your favorite character is Class Ashford.
Might be Ashford.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I had to hug him a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are our tattoos? I have a tattoo here, as you can see. It says "Only Love," and it's from the Ben Howard song. I also know that Mumford & Sons also made but it's not that one. And it's because Ben Howard is an amazing artist that my sister actually introduced me to, and so this is basically just I only have love for my sister, and it's just to remind me of just how much I love her. Then I have I don't know if you can see it, but it's an elephant that has eaten, no, like a snake that has eaten an elephant.
Yes,
and it's from The Little Prince. Or,
yes.
Sorry if I'm butchering it, but I don't know how to say prince in French. I don't know how to pronounce prince. But I know it's
Google is your friend.
Le Petit. Yeah, Le Petit Prince. So Le Petit. Wow, that was like
a total mix between
French and Danish, like.
Is it Le Petit?
Le Petit. Jeg ved ikke, hvordan man siger.
Prince.
Prince.
Le Petit Prince.
Le Petit. I don't think you said the T. So the last T. So you said Le Petit. Le Petit Prince.
Anywho, that's an amazing book. If you've never read it, just yeah.
So
it's not long or anything. It's just
no, amazing. It's just amazing, and you're gonna be left heartbroken. I've never cried that much in my life, and
Der kleine Prinz, ja.
Ja.
Aus Deutsch. Why not? And then sorry, I just also had a reaction to when you were asking us who our favorite Expanse characters were, and then some people were telling us who their favorite characters are. So someone saying Amos, and then someone saying Murtry. I hope you're fucking kidding, man.
I hope you mean that he's your favorite because you kind of hate him.
He's a great character, and he was a great character throughout that season, just to follow and everything, and he sparked some real interesting conversations, of right and wrong and everything, and law and frontier justice, and we can get into all of that, but it's a bit of a sore subject for some. So, but we'll just leave it at we enjoyed his character a lot watching him.
Yeah, and then I have I'm sorry, I can't really put it, but it's like a watercolor tattoo of like sakura, so cherry blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one here with like stickmen. That was my first tattoo, and I basically drew it myself. And that was it has a special place in my heart, and I think it's like a female and a male stickman that is like holding hands, and perhaps I could just always expand it and maybe put a girl on the other side and a guy on the other side, and expand and like.
As our family expands, maybe, or
No, I was just actually just thinking of just for the whole equality and like trying to embrace everyone, even though they're different from us. Thing, I would love to have something like that, like a unity symbol of some sort, or maybe that transgender. No, what's it called? Like you have like all these different.
or the love symbol, which is a representation of just both men and women.
Sure. And what
Sorry,
about those in between? I want to include everyone. I don't know how to include everyone and show that I endorse everyone and that I support everyone. Anyways.
Yes. And the reason why I mentioned that was I was just trying to goad you into
that you have one. You can show.
Yeah, but I can show that. But that is the love symbol from Prince, and it usually goes like it's supposed to be this way around, but it's because it's like a mix between the symbol for men and women and then mixed with something, and it is just supposed to symbolize just like
love everyone,
no matter who you are, everything, men, women, and in between, and then just the color purple because hey, it's Prince.
And then you have this one right here, because we could just do that right now. You have this one.
Yeah, it is
this one. It's
yes.
a dot work, like a hand doing this.
Yes.
And that's from the Danish band Veto.
Yes, that was that was the thought behind it. The thought process behind that tattoo was because I really love that band Veto. So V for Veto, but it can also be like victory, or you can also use this for peace, and it can be a number of things.
Yeah.
And then I have my which is almost impossible to show. Now I can kind of do it here.
Yeah.
Which is the Star Wars tattoo, Mandalorian, with the Mando language here saying Alit Orishaya Taldin, which means family is more than blood. So it's
Yeah. I also have one on the back. It's a rose with like a gold, like a kind of yellow rose, with a rainbow from
coming out of it.
Yeah, shoots out of it. I would love to do more rainbow and maybe like split the rainbow up and do like life achievements in life or stuff like that. And I have what more? What else do I have? I feel like I have more tattoos.
You feel like you have more tattoos?
I feel like I have more tattoos than that. Yeah, and then I have like I think my favorite tattoos are I have musical notes on my kneecaps. I know that's a little bit special, but I love it.
They hurt a lot, right?
They hurt like hell. I would choose to have a 2 weeks long period rather than being tattooed on my kneecaps again. I swear to God, that was really hard. And I actually think, because I got a little bit of money for my birthday present, that I am going to get a tattoo very soon.
Yes.
And a new one. I have a whole list of many different ideas. But I have been wanting to have like a sternum piece for a long time. Just a small one, not one of those big ones that just fill up your whole stomach, but like a very, kind of like a small, lacy kind of deal in like a soft brown color that looks a little bit like maybe like a henna tattoo, but without like, but being actually permanent maybe.
Yeah.
I would love that. I don't have any foot tattoos, but I would love to have one on my ankle of a origami unicorn with some watercolors in the back. I would love to have one inside here, like a whole sleeve of Star Wars things, but like one here with like a Galaxy Stormtrooper helmet. And I thought we wanted to do that both, right? So it could
it will be great to do that together, and it also fits with like a lot of my tattoos that I actually...
There's space for it over there.
Yeah, there's space for it like right here, and as I said, like most of the tattoos I have already, I share with other people. The only one that I have that I'm not sharing with someone else is this one. That's the only one where I'm the only one who has it. This one, my uncle and my cousin has the same one. My mom was supposed to get one as well, but she's just too afraid of needles, so I don't think it's going to happen.
We're gonna get her one at some point.
Yes, and then this one, the first I got, that's my father. He has the same one, same place and everything. And then I actually have a fourth tattoo that is on my shoulder. That one of my really good friends, he has the same one. It's just not one that we show off a lot because it can kind of be taken or misunderstood pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's not really a nice thing. It's just 3 words, but it's from the it's related to the series Californication, if you all know about that. And there's the lead in that one is a writer called Hank Moody. And he has a book that initially gets stolen by someone, and yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going down in that series. But the book is called Fucking and Punching, and we thought for some reason that while we were on vacation in Greece, that would be a great thing to have like a tattoo of, like right here. Yeah, so we were young and stupid.
How apparently you say tattoos weird. How is it different?
Tattoos.
Tattoo.
Tattoo. Is it like where we how we
stretch the word or something? And yes, an origami unicorn like in the Blade Runner. Yes, you're right. Because of course I need a unicorn, and I just thought the origami one is very cute, and I think it was when I saw Blade Runner, I was like, yeah, well, this is perfect.
yeah.
And yeah.
That's a great movie as well. Really, really is.
So,
I'm sorry, I just saw someone mention you should get an Ahsoka clone trooper helmet tattoo. I would. That would be very cool, especially like after just seeing those episodes. Yep. Yeah. I need some more Star Wars stuff. Either way.
Yeah, me too. I have almost a whole sleeve planned. I just need the time and the money. And thank you once again. There's a couple people chiming in. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I did both kneecaps. And it's actually like they are on one of them they are connected, so it's like 2 4th notes, 1/4 notes. I don't know what's it called in English, but like a wow, you can't even... Well, I think you know what I mean. They are connected, and they're supposed to symbolize my parents, because they're still together, and I think they'll be together for the whole lives. And then I have like a big note, like a half note, and that's my brother. And then I have my big brother, and then I have my little sister. That's like a classical, note. And I was actually going to support something you were saying, that this tattoo you have here, like the fucking and punching one. I actually, when I saw that the first time.
Oh yeah, because I probably didn't tell you about it.
No. You were asleep, and I saw that, and I thought, oh my god, I got me one of those guys.
No.
And I was for a second, or like a lot of the time, I was like, what the heck have I done? But of course, I very quickly found out that it was nothing. And I think I actually asked you about it, like, what the heck is that about? And then you just said, oh, this is the thing I got with my friend, and it's from Californication, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, okay, fair. It's
fair enough.
And of course, you have always been very nice to me, so I was definitely very wrong about that assumption. And I'm very glad I was.
Yeah. No, I don't have that in me. So,
what... people were asking we should recommend some Danish stuff, like Danish movies and television.
Yeah, and, we've done that a couple of times before, but yeah, we could definitely get into some stuff. Like some of the stuff that we've mentioned before is any movie by the director named Anders Thomas Jensen. made a like if there's one movie that I have to, or if there's like only one movie I can recommend you guys watching is the one called Blinkende Lygter, which is translates to flashing lights.
Flickering lights.
Flickering lights. Is that the title in English?
I think it is.
I'm just gonna check it out just to be on the safe side.
Yes, we're Danish. We are very Danish.
Very Danish.
Yes. I thought my accent was kind of giving it away, but I guess your accent is kind of... It's called Flickering Lights, yeah, Flickering Lights.
Flickering Lights.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think also there's a Susanne Bier, you might know her, she's a very accomplished director. And she did a very, 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 very funny Danish movie called Den eneste ene, or if you translate it's The Only One, I guess. That's how you translate it, but it's very, very funny. And I think Sonny hates it, because there's this very famous line from it. It's like, bare ærgerligt, Sonny boy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just and if you know Sisse Babette Knudsen, who is also in Westworld, or was in Westworld season 1.
Yes, she played Teresa, the woman in charge of a lot of the stuff going on in the park in the first season.
And she had like a relationship with Bernard.
Yeah. Without getting into too many spoilers
beautiful,
or anything.
dark-haired woman.
Yes.
Danish woman. And she's in that movie, and she's if not the best Danish actress, then she's one of the absolute best Danish actresses.
Yeah, she's really, really great. And just to, back to that movie Kat we're talking about with the sentence, bare ærgerligt, Sonny boy, it translates to, that's too bad, Sonny boy. And people have just through my entire life, they've just loved saying that to me.
Yeah.
Because that's And
it's your name.
It's my name. Yeah, and some people will overdo it a little bit, but I've just gotten used to it, and it's just at some point I just had enough, and I was just like, shut up, be original, just come up with something else besides that
I don't know
one quote. But I do like the movie. It's actually a good movie.
Yeah, it is, and I think I really don't know how I've done it, but I don't think I have ever said that to you. I've never said that line. I've watched the movie so many times. I've never said that line.
No. I don't think you ever have. No,
and I would never.
Sonny
and yes,
boy.
she was also in Bone. If you've seen that one, it's about Danish politicians and Danish politics and how everything goes down in the Danish world.
Parliament and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's a great TV series as well.
Yes, and someone mentioning The Bridge as well.
Yeah.
Broen, which is asking if it's either Danish or Swedish.
It's actually completely 50-50.
Yeah, co-creation.
Yeah.
Danish and
Swedish.
You
might know Kim Bodnia, or else you're gonna know him if you're going to watch The Witcher.
He's gonna play Vesemir. And he's a very really good actor. He's a bit of a character in real life. He's a special guy, but I'm sure that he can bring that, both the sensibility, he's good acting, and also some of that quirkiness to Vesemir. I think we'll get a really interesting portrayal of that character, even though I know a lot of people really, really wanted Mark Hamill to play Vesemir, and that would have been cool too. But we're actually pretty psyched that it's gonna be another Danish actor in a big fantasy series role, just like Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones, and I think he did a great job as well. And
now we talk about Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. You can watch. It's actually a Danish horror movie, and it was quite accomplished as well. It's called Nattevagten, or The Night Watch, I think it's called. And it's like a great movie about a hospital, I think it is, where there's a serial killer loose. and some really great
A lot
acting
of
work.
great suspense and just a really good horror thriller sort of deal.
Yeah, because we've been very bad at making good horror movies, but this one I think was really good. It was from the 90s, I think, or something, and it was one of his first, if not his first big role.
It was his first big role, I'm
And
pretty
it's
sure.
really good. And yes, of course, Nicolas Winding Refn. You
Danish
might,
director, yeah.
and you might know him from Drive.
He directed Drive and Only God Forgives and The Neon Demon, I think it was. But Drive was definitely the most that
accomplished.
the one that most people saw on everything.
And he also made like the Pusher trilogy.
Yes,
that's also with Kim Bodnia.
It's kind of like the Danish, almost like the Danish Godfather trilogy, the equivalent of that. Like gangsters and just the Danish version, which is not nearly as polished as the Italian mobsters. It's more gritty and all that. But Mads Mikkelsen, he's in that. And he's in a lot of the stuff that we mentioned. Actually, in most of it.
With Anders Thomas Jensen. So if you ever wonder what Mads Mikkelsen look like when he's doing comedic work, please watch Flickering Lights.
Yes, he's so good at the comedic stuff.
And that's funny because that's how we know him.
His timing is just
he's
amazing. And I remember when he got cast as the villain in Doctor Strange, and people saw that, and many people were like, oh, he's actually doing a little bit of comedy in that, so he can do that as well. And we were just like, he's been doing that his entire life, and he's like really good at that.
We've basically not seen him doing anything else really. He's and he's amazing in Hannibal as well. He's also very I think he's also did a very well. He's a very accomplished actor as well. I think he's very good at it as well. And
yes,
and he's just
definitely.
once again he's so effing funny. And actually they are just about to make a new one. Anders Thomas Jensen.
Yes. So with Mads Mikkelsen and a lot of the big Danish actors who are usually in his movies. And someone is mentioning like.
Die Grønne Slagter.
Die Grønne Slagter, the Green Butchers, probably just translated into that. Adam's Apple, someone said before. And then I also see someone asking, Grand Admiral Thrawn is also Danish, right?
And he's actually...
Yes, he's the brother of Mads Mikkelsen, Lars Mikkelsen, and he had a role in The Witcher. He plays Stregobor in The Witcher. So yeah, he's the Danes are popping up everywhere.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and we like that. And we also heard that 2 Danes are actually voicing the leading roles in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So that's great.
Even though they're apparently portraying Norwegian Vikings in that game most of the time, but it's a Danish voice actor.
Yeah, exactly, and that's very cool.
Cool.
And yes, we will be streaming Last of Us 2 when it drops. Of course we will, and we will do both. Like, what happened?
No, it's just
woof.
Another Streamlabs, and just a very nice one and very generous from Dark's Fallen. Happy birthday from me and mine. 2 of my 6 kids are still at home, still loving Avatar and your reactions.
Oh, that's so cool.
Keep it up. Thanks and much love from us. Thank you so much. That's
your kids
really
are watching
nice.
us.
Yeah, I hope we're not swearing too much or anything like that. And if we are, then we're definitely going to tone it down. And we've been meaning to like really try and tone down the F words and F bombs and everything. It's just we're not used to, or well, it's not that here in Denmark people just drop F-bombs and curse left, right, and center or anything like that. It's just, it's more, people aren't really as afraid or don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's just people are more careless, I think, with using swear words here and doesn't take it really that seriously unless you overdo it, of course, but. We would love for kids to be able to watch our Avatar reactions, for example.
And we're very sorry if we ever drop an F-bomb or like an S-bomb or something. And I'm very sorry if you're. I hope you're not. Your kids are not taking up too much of that. Yeah. And I see someone is actually mentioning Men og Høns. That's also very funny, and I especially found it funny because there is a little bit of relation to my educational background.
Yes.
And I thought that was very funny.
Men and chicken. Men and chickens. It's,
And
translated into
of course, you're mentioning Lars von Trier, and he's a very special. Yeah, he's a very special taste.
He's very unique.
Yeah, and but I would say that Dance in the Dark is great. I would say that his TV series Real is also very, very good. So yeah, there's that. And I think what else I was about to say something. Well, this is produced by Carlsberg, so is that good enough for you? And what else? I was just about to say something with... Oh yeah, if you ever heard about Thomas Winterberg, he's also making a lot of these... he made something called The Party, eller Festen, in Danish. And we also... I can also definitely recommend The Hunt or Jagten. And it's basically looking from two different sides of pedophilia.
Oh yeah, it's a very, very tough watch. Like
both of them are
really,
very, very tough. But actually, Festen or The Party was made from this something called dogma, like a very specific sub-genre of like a very specific niche. Genre that actually was made up by Thomas Winterberg and Lars von Trier and some of those people. There's so many different rules that you have to adhere to make like a dogma. And I actually think Dogville was a dogma. And thank you once again. Thank you. So yeah, I definitely think that you could that you should watch some of those if you ever want to delve into like Danish television and films, definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to point out the person who just submitted the latest Streamlabs. Very generous once again.
Thank you.
Dax Fallen, just with the kids and everything. Not at all. They are both above 16. Don't change it all, please.
Okay, thank you so much. That's great.
That's cool. But we do want to, like, we don't want to overdo the swearing no matter what. And I think that we haven't been too bad with all that. Or
it
anything.
happens when we get, like, really excited or really, like, upset about something that happens. Especially in, like, you know, these big earth-shattering moments, especially in Expanse. And, these, the boys as well. That's really...
exactly. And it happens sometimes in Avatar as well.
I just saw, what difference do you find between Danish comedy and English comedy?
Well, that totally depends. If we're talking, when you say English comedy, is it American or is it British? Because there's a big difference there, I think. Where the American the American humor and their comedies and everything can... Like, it varies a lot, of course, but it's a lot of the time maybe more like slapstick humor and a lot like physical comedy, and a lot of the time, and whereas as I would say, like, British is more like very, very dry and can be sort of dark sometimes, and we sort of have that in common with British comedies, where with the Danish comedies are usually pretty damn dark. It's not for the faint of heart or anything like that. It's our comedies. Like, we do have comedies that are very accessible, but most of the time they are. It's more of a like. It's comedy disguised as a thriller, or the other way around, where it's a lot of absurdities and stuff that happens, and that is just so weird and so, sorry, I'm gonna drop an F-bomb, but fucked up that you can't help but just laugh at it. Like, I'm very... I really want to mention one particular scene from Flickering Lights, but if any of you guys are gonna watch that, which I hope you're gonna give it a chance, then I really don't want to spoil that scene. The McCuyerne.
Oh my god, that's one of the best scenes. No, the whole movie is just one big iconic moment of like just cinematic
weird, like great
Yeah.
stuff, and yeah.
And hi, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Totua Sid of Tapiola. Hi and see ya. It's,
Great to see you.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you in a little while.
You've also been around for a long time. Happy to see your face, even though it was very short. Hi. And then how do you feel about cringe comedy? Like, for example, I think Office, both US and UK, is definitely under that. It falls under that.
Cringe comedy,
And I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. It hurts too much in my feet. It hurts too much in my stomach, and it just hurts everywhere. And I can't. And
but you've still seen all of The Office.
Yeah, both UK and US. But I think the cringe parts are like. I'm really happy that I've seen them. But it's not something I really like to see again. I usually skip some of the it's really hard for me. Especially I know Steve Carell's character and Ricky Gervais' character are kind of based on the same principle. Like they have to be this cringy person, and that's really hard for me. So that's definitely hard. Both of those characters is something. Of course, I love Steve Carell, but it's just it's very hard for me to watch because it hurts everywhere. And I would never be able to watch the
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I know you love that one.
I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Larry David is a genius in real life, not in that series. In the series, he's an asshole, but in real life, he's a comedic genius, and I really like that show. And we actually have a very, very big comedy television show here in Denmark called Clown, which is basically a rip-off of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, you can say it is a rip-off.
It is like they're using like the same melodies and same sort of.
It's a complete rip-off.
You're following around like a famous Danish comedian who's just very
bad with people, and just getting into the most awkward situations all the time. But I do still think like the lead from Clown, who's his name is Frank. He is, or in Danish, Frank Vam. His character is still very different from Larry David, where Larry David is still awkward, but he can also he definitely takes control, and he's more self-secure what do you call it? Self-secure, is that a word? Selvsikker. Self-confident.
Self-confident. See, sometimes words they disappear from my.
But at least we have each other, so we can
exactly.
rely on.
But yeah, he's more confident in everything. Larry David, I think. But I still loved it, and one of our absolute favorite comedy television series started out very cringy, but just became lovable as all hell, and that's Parks and Rec. We love
because
that.
they actually skipped that whole cringe part and just made her into Leslie into more of a lovable character that was not necessarily as cringy.
They were trying to, in the first season, to try and make her into like a female version of Michael Scott, who was just like even more cringy and unbearable.
Yeah,
and that didn't really work out. So,
so they changed her up in season 2, and I think that was a very good idea because she turned out to be one of my role models actually. And please don't add me. But I just wanted to say, Sophia, that I really don't watch Clone because it's too hard on me. It's like I cringe so hard. Like I break my teeny tiny toes every time because I cringe so hard that they're basically just breaking. And my stomach is just also I can't bear it. I don't think I watched an episode for years, and I don't think I will ever watch one because it's oof.
Sorry, I'm just. This person has just said the same thing twice now. Guadalupe Curta. I'm going to make a spite channel, and then saying again, Sonny, I'm going to make a spite channel. I don't know what that means.
I'm not really sure what it means either.
To make a spite channel. I hope it's not like a spite channel like because of us or something.
Yeah.
Or that if we said.
Sorry, I just saw. Yeah, there was this subculture person. You asked about how we like Kiwi comedy, like Flight of the Conchords, and and Taika Waititi, and I think we said that before, but I love everything that Taika Waititi is doing. I love everything that he's doing.
Even though, like, it's not to say that we have seen everything that he has done, but just everything we've seen that he has done.
We have seen a little bit, I'd say. We have seen...
I really, I of course, some of the newer stuff like Ragnarok and also Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
That was a really, really great movie.
Yeah, definitely. I still think that Thor Ragnarok, I think it actually takes the cake on my favorite Avengers, or like my favorite Marvel movie. Sorry. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that we love him. I did see some Flight of the Conchords back in the day, but I have never been able to really like.
And then you would like to see like What We Do in the Shadows.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
What was the one with the kid who was also in Deadpool 2?
Hunt of the Wilder People.
Say it louder.
Hunt of the Wilder.
Hunt of the Wilder People.
For the Wilder People?
Hunt for the Wilder... Oh, someone just
Someone
just wrote it in the chat. Yes, I've seen that one, and you should definitely see that too. It's really great. With that kid, as I said, from Deadpool 2, and then Sam Neill. And it's, really sweet movie.
Ron Swanson is a god among men, and he's even cooler than Kratos and being seen. Well, there are definitely...
cynical,
I think he's a funny character, but if he was a real character, I would not like him.
No, he's way too, like... what do you say? Classical, like, capitalistic, I'm a man's man, and if you don't behave like me, then you're not a real man, sort of deal. But I'm like, Ron Swanson is a good guy, and he's just
it's just I wouldn't like him in real life.
You probably wouldn't agree with, like, I'm sure you could get along with him, but you probably wouldn't agree with him, like, with anything politics.
I would not be able to get along with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and sirens in the background.
Yeah,
there's
it's
surely some stuff going on. Sirens.
Yeah, we live to quite a big main road, like an
close
old
to
main
a big road.
Yeah. So before we got the freeways and highways and stuff, they used this one. So it's a bigger road. So it's usually one of those where people, especially like alarmberedskab.
You'll hear sirens and
we'll hear sirens a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Libertarian, exactly. He's very libertarian. Maybe too much for our Scandinavian socialist minds here.
There's a lot of things where I'm really, really, really not. I would not be able to. Yeah. What was your favorite movie of 2019?
That's a good question. It's definitely hard to speak on like my favorite movie of 2020 because I haven't really seen any, and there's not that many that came out.
Endgame.
Was that
2019?
Was it?
Yeah, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, then yeah, I think Endgame is very much up there. We love a lot of the MCU and the way they ended those movies, or the Infinity Saga, at least with Endgame. It's still, I think you can say whatever you want or use they're basically just theme park rides, thing that Martin Scorsese he said, but I really think they are very well made movies, well acted and well written, and just the fact that they were able to make like a cohesive like 22, 23 movie saga there, and then be able to continue it afterwards. It's quite amazing. Quite amazing. I just need to... I
just can't... I'm so bad with from years. I'm so bad with movies from years.
Yeah, I need a list in front of me, but
yeah, exactly,
I'm finding one now. A lot of good stuff came out. Of course, Parasite. That was a great movie, and it won the Oscar and everything. Then there's Endgame, The Irishman. Probably more my sort of movie than yours. Marriage Story. That was a great movie.
That was actually I think who was it? I think it was Um, Primate Gaming. I'm not really sure. Well, yeah, the guy called Primate Gaming. Some of you might know him. He's also a moderator on Twitch. But I think it was he kind of told us we should watch Marriage Story, and we did, and I was actually very happy we did that because I felt it was so real, but still with a certain humor or like a certain warmth to it. So it wasn't just like another. Now we have to see everything from like how the guy was just betrayed by society because he was a father, like how the father was betrayed because he was a man or whatever. But I think it was very beautifully made in the way that they actually showed both sides of the divorce, and they saw both sides of like child custody and that whole battle. And,
and it's not pretty on either side, and no one is 100% right or wrong, or definitely not in that case or anything. So it's just
wonderful, yeah.
And
we also, of course, loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes, we really love Tarantino, and like even though that was for a long while doing that movie, you're just sitting there and of course enjoying it, and like great dialogue and music and acting, everything, but you're just kind of sitting there going like, where are we going with all this? Where is this movie going? Where are we gonna end up? And then the ending happens, and it's just like, okay, there it is. There is the Tarantino. Bloodbath that we were waiting for. And then I think, Joker, that was a big movie for that year as well. And if we're not going to get too much into the whole mental health thing and how it was portrayed, because then we can talk for hours, I think. But it's just, we can say that at least Joaquin Phoenix, he did a good job.
He did a good job, but I just feel like I actually, and this probably a very unpopular opinion, but I actually think that the Joker was a little bit hyped up to more than it was, because I've basically already forgotten about it, and I really liked the movie. I thought it was pretty decent, and I think that Joaquin Phoenix did a great job and everything. I just don't feel it was the best of the year, and I just feel it was a little bit too overhyped, but that's just me.
Yeah. But one thing that we both very much agreed on that we liked in that movie, that was the music by I can't remember her name, but the Icelandic composer who did the music for Chernobyl as well.
What's her name? Helga something, I think.
Yeah, I think something like that, and she rightfully so won an Oscar for that
she was
score.
Amazing.
That was amazing.
She is amazing. She also did Chernobyl, and that was really great.
Yeah.
And I think best Netflix show 2019.
Okay. I was still looking at movies.
Yeah, okay, but we can just keep on doing.
I know. It's just only because people mentioned 1917. I just want to mention that I really love that movie, and to me it wasn't just a gimmick movie where, hey, look at how cool it is that we can make it look like it's one continuous shot. It's just, I thought the story, and especially the way you were following these two guys every step of the way, was very well made. Yeah. And we haven't seen The Lighthouse, just so you guys know. And
I actually love this question by Guada. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I've done it a couple times now, but Guadalupe, or Guadalupe. If you could make a movie of your life, what genre would it be? And I would love like a very, not surreal, but a little bit like surreal. Like with a lot of colors and a lot of like you flashing in and out of like dreams and like thoughts and everything. Because I feel like my life is very, I'm very in my head, and everything in my head is very colorful, and it's like people dancing, and it's very funny place to be. And I would love that there was like a certain, that this whole surreal element should be there, that we were jumping out and back and forth between fantasy and real life. So I would love that. I actually think like a comedy like Scrubs, how JD is always daydrifting and fantasizing and kind of like disappearing.
That could be very much you.
That would be very much you. And then if we had to like cast someone for our roles, or for our roles, who we like to be cast in as us. I actually I know this is a weird choice, but I would love to.
Sorry, I just got the whole spite thing explained. I was just waiting for that explanation, but we'll get into that afterwards.
Hildur Gudnarsdottir. Yeah, okay. Gudnarsdottir. I was just I was saying something. Yeah, I think I would like. I know this is weird, but Scarlett Johansson. I would like her to play me. She's a great actress, and I think she could pull. Or maybe Kate Blanchett. Or maybe I think she's a little bit too stoic and a little bit too classically beautiful, and she's not whimsy, and she's not.
I'm sure she can be.
Well, yeah, but I just don't feel like. I don't feel like she would be whimsy enough. So maybe someone who's more
Whimsical,
whatever.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, I just don't know if whimsy is a word. But Alicia Vikander for Cat. Cool. She would need to just do like put in contact lenses and also definitely do something about her hair, because she's more dark toned all the way. Claire Danes maybe, or Deborah Ann Wool.
Yeah, but that's a bit too easy. But once again, I need someone who's a little bit special. Not Aubrey Plaza special, but like just a little bit a little bit weird.
A little bit out there, and who can connect to that side. And I wouldn't want anyone to ever make a movie about me, so I can't even think of someone I would want to play me, and if they ever did, I would want to play myself, because I want to act. I would not want someone else to to play me, but we would I'm no one ever's gonna play me.
No, but it's still funny to talk about, I'd say.
True. I can't think of any, and yeah, I don't think I would want anyone to, or I would want to see a movie about me. Sorry, it was just because I was very confused about, and sorry, Guadalupe, your whole spite thing, and that was a joke, of course, just because of Curb Your Enthusiasm, because in the newest season, Larry David, he opens up a spite store to put someone out of business that he had an altercation with. So you were of course just making a joke, and I didn't catch that. So when you said that I'm gonna make a spite channel, great joke. I was just not. I just moved on from Curb Your Enthusiasm in my head apparently.
Sarah Chalk. Yeah, maybe. She could be. She's a little bit too skinny and too Canadian. No, she would be perfect. She's Canadian. Zoe Deschanel would be perfect if she wasn't that dark-haired, and she's very dark,
Saoirse Ronan. She has a very hard name to pronounce. Saoirse Ronan. She could be. I think she could play you as well.
Is she a little bit whimsical?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Very Irish.
Yeah. I was just I was thinking about something, and then I forgot it. There was a question, and I think someone asked what. Nah, I don't know.
All right, there's another Streamlabs,
so
we can definitely get into that. And I think that before too long, we're gonna end the stream, because we've gone for quite a while, and. As I mentioned up top, I have a little bit of editing to do on the Expanse Season 4, Episode 6 reaction before I go to bed and before it gets way too late, because it's already like, what time is it even? 9:45 here in Denmark. But time just flies by so quickly when we're doing these live streams. But this one is from Sir Percelot. Thank you two for all your kindness and your open minds. I only wished I would have met. I would meet more friendly people like in my life, and maybe a little bit earlier. But anyway, you two give me a great chunk of my lost faith in people back. Oh
Thank you.
man, that's really sweet, and we love having you on board, and we love that we are able to bring some sort of joy into your life and your belief in or your faith in people, and bring that back a little bit. If you've lost that, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, we're just happy to help and very happy to have you here.
Yeah. We also love seeing your face.
Yes, and anytime your name pops up and everything.
And yeah, Denmark is the country and Copenhagen is the capital of Denmark.
Yes, if you are wondering. And yeah, it's a very small country, so you are totally excused if you don't really... if you're like, Denmark, where? What? Well, what is that? Where is that? Yeah.
Bye, Kasupaya, and love your name, and thank you so much. And hope to see you soon. And thank you, Jackie Teague. Thank you. Skål. Oh, you also been... Oh, congratulations. No, that's not what I want to say congratulations. Happy birthday, is it? To Jackie Teague.
Ah.
We've been doing very good this year.
Yes. Thank you for the very nice weather. At least here in Denmark, it has been very nice to say. How do you say Copenhagen in Danish? Well, Steph, you can say it with your like
That's
native.
That's one of the few things I can't say in my native. I can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, it's or for most Danes, it's just Copenhagen.
Copenhagen?
So, yeah, Copenhagen, Copenhagen. So it's made out of made up from Køben, which means like to buy, and then Havn, which is the docks kind of deal. So
harbor?
It's harbor. So but it's like where. So it's actually just explaining what the city was in its very early days. It was like the harbor / docks you would go to buy stuff and trade.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like a trading harbor, pretty much.
Yeah, harbor for trading.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So Copenhagen.
Exactly.
In Danish.
Yeah, and I think the country. No, not the country. Wow, that was highly thought of me, of my cute little island. The capital of my island is called Odense, and I think it's basically translates or like it's
Does it translate to
no,
anything?
It doesn't translate. I mean, it's based on I think it's like opkaldt efter.
It's named after.
Oh, it's named after Odin. It's like Odin's city. So Odense.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had no idea where you were going with that.
No, exactly. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired, I guess, and now my bilingual problems are coming back to me.
So it would be Kaufhafen in German. Maybe.
It most certainly would. Yeah.
I think most Germans would just pronounce it Copenhagen. Most Germans and Prince when he was still alive. Like at any time, like that was always a fun thing when you went to a Prince concert in Denmark. That even though he's an American, he wouldn't say Copenhagen. He would always go like, "Thank you, Copenhagen," and we were like, "Why are you saying it in German?" But doesn't matter. You're Prince. You can say whatever you want. It's just interesting. Yeah.
And even though he was not in Copenhagen, he still said it.
Yes, and even it's
And
Prince. He was he lived he was in like a bubble, his own little bubble.
Yeah,
there.
but it's like it's such a pet peeve of many Danes because we're a very small country, and just saying like the capital of the country when you're here. Even though you're like somewhere else, it's like you're not even you don't even want to actually do the work yourself or like the research.
It's like saying London, no matter where you are in the UK.
Yeah,
or saying,
you could go to Manchester and say good evening, London.
I'm
even
pretty
though
sure
it's-
people from Manchester would be very upset if someone said like "Hello, London" in Manchester.
Yeah, and we know it's a small country, but at least please do your research when you get here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
And another fun thing that maybe that's one of the last things we can get a little bit into here is the portrayal of Danish people in media, television, movies, when they try to do a Danish accent. I've never ever seen like a successful attempt at that. Never. Or just like portraying our culture, what we wear, how we look, what we sound like. It's always like way too German or Dutch sounding, or just straight up Swedish, or like it's never really Danish. So
Bye,
like
Eric,
no
we
one
love
has
you.
never ever done that.
love your face.
Bye, Eric.
Yes, we would really love like pop culture to actually just get us right.
Yeah. Small country problems, exactly, Jerry. Small country problems.
Yeah, and
All right, calm down. Yeah, we know.
it's just and we actually talked about actually doing this. Like Danes react to Danish portrayal, like portrayals of Danes or Danish culture on pop culture. For example, I know there's a lot in, especially Michael Schur for some reason. He's
in Michael Schur.
He has created some like in his. I think both in Brooklyn Nine-Nine they're talking about it, and they're talking about it in Parks and Rec.
Oh.
And Michael Schur, that's
yeah. Sorry, yeah. I just need to remember who it was. Yeah, I think it's like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They were Swedes, the ones that came and visited them at the precinct, right? I think like 2 Swedish detectives or something. But in Parks and Rec, it's like Leslie definitely has something for Denmark.
Yeah, and
that is actually one of the only, like that is probably the only series where they've said something correct, or like they've been correct about Danish language and culture, or at least Leslie tried to say Denmark destroys everybody. Danmark ødelægger alle, she says at some point with a very American accent.
Yeah, and it's very cute, but at least you got it right, almost. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And in Danish is it's weird because it's kind of similar to both German and Dutch, but it's also very similar to like Swedish and Norwegian, and also has a lot of or at least English actually drawing a lot from old Norse languages.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's a weird mix.
A lot of people confuse Danish and Dutch for some reason, or I'm sure there's a very good reason, just because it just sounds similar for people who aren't Danish or Dutch. But if you are Danish or Dutch, like I don't think Dutch sounds anything like Danish, but then again, I can easily say that because I can understand the difference.
Patrick, you say a boat, right? You talk with
Canadians? Just Patrick in the chat saying I'm Canadian, so I don't have an accent, only when I say a or sorry, or about. About. What's that all about? I lived in Canada for a short while. I actually didn't spend a lot of time with Canadians while I was living in Canada. I spent the most of my time with Aussies, Australians, and Kiwis, and other Scandinavians as well. But that was just a fun little thing to mention here at the end. Just and something that we might actually make some sort of video about is Danish language and stuff in movies and television, and how it's portrayed and everything, and how accurate it actually is. That could be fun.
Why don't we all just learn Spanish and be done with it? Well, they tried that with English and see how that went.
Yeah. Many countries went like, nope, I don't want, like, even though we decided that it was going to be English, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep, like, just speaking our own language, maybe.
Oh, happy birthday. Sorry you couldn't come to the TROS premiere so I could meet you. I'm so sorry. We didn't? Or was it me?
What?
The Rise of Skywalker. No,
The Rise of Skywalker.
that was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was because I was sick or I was very stressed out or something. Yeah, I was very stressed out. That's right. I'm sorry I didn't go there. I'm very, very, very sorry. I would have loved to go. I would have loved to gone. No, went. No.
You would have loved to have gone to the Star Wars premiere,
Yeah.
and like, you went to the premiere. You just didn't go with me to the gala premiere.
Yeah, exactly.
The day before.
Yeah, and
No. Yep.
I'm very sorry about that, but it was a very stressful time. And I think it was actually straight after that I decided I didn't want to do much more for the channel in that period because I was too busy with my master's thesis, and I had to do that, and I was really behind on everything. And then I was just like, yeah, and I was just so stressed out. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still it would have been great if you had joined, but hopefully we'll get the chance to go to another Star Wars movie premiere at some point, and hopefully the next one is gonna be directed by Taika Waititi. So
and then we can meet you there. I promise we'll meet you there.
Yes, and hopefully dressed up and everything, because we really want to do the cosplay as we've mentioned before, and we want to make like Mandalorian armors and everything, even though that is a lot of work. But we really want to do that. Someone saying, or Irfan is saying, Aussies and Kiwis don't like people mixing them with with each other. I know, and I've made that mistake before, but at least the ones that I was hanging out with in Canada, they were pretty good friends, the Kiwis and the Aussies, and I was hanging out with all of them.
Der var faktisk noget, jeg synes var rigtig sjovt. Ja, den her.
Oh, sorry. Kat is highlighting a comment from Sarah. In original Scrubs, Sarah Chalky speaks German, but when you watch it in German, it's changed into Danish.
That's really funny.
That's interesting.
That's really
I want to
funny.
find that. Find that clip. Find the German version. That's okay. Yeah, we need to look that up.
Yeah, because I love Scrubs. I think most of you know by now. And
Yeah.
thank you so much. It's also Spanish, so it's muchas gracias.
It's not exactly. Cat is I'm just trying to give some context to what it's because someone in the chat said hola, saludos desde Peru. Happy birthday to Kat, and Kat just wanted to say thank you in like in the same language back. Well, I'm not quite sure that, because I know a little bit of Spanish where it's muchas gracias.
So
muchas gracias, but
gracias,
I'm not quite with the pronunciation, and there are so many different branches of the Spanish language and everything. So yeah. And someone just asked. I like Sonny and his father's costumes. Oh yeah, with the Star Wars premiere. Thanks a lot. Those were some older costumes, but we've had them since the premiere of Revenge of the Sith actually. And I was Anakin, and my dad, he was actually Palpatine there, but now he has an Imperial officer uniform because he's in the military, so it's very fitting. And then someone asked me to say hello there in Danish. Hello there. Can I do that with an Obi-Wan voice? Hi there.
Halløjsa.
Halløjsa. That sounds so wrong. Weird.
Yeah, and I remember I was a bit caught off with the Scrubs thing. I think most of you guys know that I love Scrubs with all my heart. And I actually remember that pretty well, that scene where she's speaking German, because Sarah Chalk actually, even though she's Canadian, she's actually speaking, I think she's speaking both French, English and German, but she speaks German fluently, I think. And I just think it's such a funny thing that she just randomly talks German. And I think it's so funny that they then translated, in German, they translated it to Danish, actually.
Yeah, or change it to Danish, because, well, they are, of course, speaking, then all the main characters are speaking German, so it doesn't make sense if, like,
one of them suddenly speaks another language. And I just think that the German equivalent of Germans for for Americans are like the Danes are that equivalent
to Germans.
to how apparently Americans are seeing Germans, perhaps, or something. So I think, that's
Yeah,
kind of funny,
what we mean. That might have been a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
We are. It's getting late, and we have been drinking alcohol. So
I'm not inebriated.
I'm not inebriated.
Fuck off.
Not inebriated. All right. You guys would be reacting to aliens. Probably not. We're not doing that many movie reactions. And as we stated before, we're very busy with all the stuff we are reacting to. But yeah, I think we can just keep on going and keep on going. One of the last questions that I definitely just really want to catch here is just my good old friend Steph asking, where did you get your shirt, Sonny? Me likey. Where did I get it? Did I get it in...
You got it without me, so you got it with your mom.
With my mom?
But it's from Woodwood?
It's from Woodwood, yes. So the brand is Woodwood.
It's like a super expensive hipster brand.
Hipster brand, yeah. It's very much. But it's a nice shirt. So yeah,
it is.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you for liking that.
It's definitely not what I'm saying.
Yeah. But as I just mentioned, unless you guys have anything else you wanna, ask us about or submit to Streamlabs, so that we can make sure that we will get to it here in the end, then I think we're gonna start to wrap up a little bit here.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but it's been so much fun, and compared to the first time we did a live stream where it was my birthday, we only went for like an hour or something, or not even. And in this one, we've gone like past the 2.5 hour mark now, that's a long time to sit and just chat, but time just flies by because we're really just having a good time and just talking with you guys and reading your comments and everything, and we can just go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
So
perhaps we should make like a small show where Sonny just talks about like what news in the world of pop culture, and especially what news in the world of Star Wars. That could be interesting, because then we can just keep talking there, and
we want to do some podcast stuff as well, because it's way easier to just plunk the microphone down on the table and just start talking instead of having to do the lighting and background and camera, and Kat has to do the makeup and everything. So yeah. And we do have a Streamlabs that just came in from Peter. Happy birthday, Kat. I'm waiting for your cosplays and Sonny makeup.
Yeah.
We could try that again. And if you guys haven't seen our little makeup video, please check it out. I'm sure Kat, she'll we can do a link to that in the comments on this video when it's up on when it's done and everything. We really want to get into cosplays and everything, and thank you so much for the donation, Peter, and you're also one of those who've been with us for a long while, and we really appreciate you being here still, and just appreciate all of you. Can't say it enough just how much we appreciate you being here with us and everything. So yeah thanks.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for all your birthday wishes. It's incredible response, and once again, thank you so much. I'm very honored, or I'm very
flattered,
and I think all of you guys know by now that I still don't really understand how this ever happened, this whole channel thing, and how it blew up so quickly that it basically took over our whole lives. But anyways, thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and I love you guys, and please stay safe and healthy, and wash your hands.
Yes, and of course, stay safe in these times, even though some countries are opening up here and there, and kind of easing, people are getting eased back into working and everything. Just still stay safe, stay healthy, look out for each other, be nice to your neighbors, and all of that stuff. Just yes, as I'm sure that you all know, because we just have the best damn community here, and people in the chat and everything. So you're all awesome, and thank you once again.
You are loved.
You are loved, exactly. I would love to get like that sort of T-shirt. We've talked about that, and if anyone has seen the Australian version of MasterChef, there's a contestant who's always wearing these shirts that says "You are loved" in all different colors and stuff. It's just
amazing.
Yeah, nice shirt. But that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much once again for joining this stream and saying happy birthday to Kat and celebrating her with me and everyone here. Yeah, couldn't be more happy that we found all of you guys. So